Good morning. The eyes of the world are on a small...
Trans rights. Two people...
Hello, I have a new microphone. I can hear myself. I usually can't, so I don't know what's happening. That's odd. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Hang on. There we go. I can't hear my own voice now. That is that's distracting. That's distracting to say the least. Sorry guys, I'm just playing around with the microphone. There we go. Yeah, I got one of those Rode microphones that all the fangle-dangled rich kids have. I went to JB Hi-Fi. A delightful young man that helped me make my selection. Yes. Yes, and yeah, no more weird like humming and weird little pitchy noises from my shitty old Yeti mic that I had. You know, we're in the big leagues now. We got our brand new fancy PC. We've got our fancy pantsy microphone. You know, we're doing good. Although I will say I do have a pretty significant fever at the moment. My glands are up in my throat. Hello, Ricochet. And the ulcer on the top of my mouth is like on my soft palate is incredibly sore. So I might have to go to the chemist later and see if I can get like some numbing cream for that. So yeah, the joys of having lupus, I guess. It hurts when I turn my head because my throat is so swollen. And I don't have any ice cream or anything cold to eat, so I'm just icing myself because it feels nice. Greetings to the great witch of shit talking. Yes. Thank you, Dango. Hey, Delta. Yeah, so new microphone. How exciting. I feel so rich. I've got like this set up in my bedroom. I always look at it because it's like up against like the wall so I can see it from my bed. If I'm lying in bed with my cat, I can just look over and be like, look at my fancy computer. And I got like this really nice keyboard, like a mechanical keyboard, and it's all like pretty and it's got all these pretty lights. And when I put the Sailor Moon fans on my PC, I'll take a photo of my setup and put it on Discord so you can all admire my Sailor Moon, you know, obsession. All right. Yeah, so if I'm like even a little bit crazier than usual, it's because I have a fever and yeah, I have an ice pack at the moment for my throat because it's just sore. But the thing is, like, it's not like I can, you know, go take antibiotics or whatever because it's actually just my immune system. There's nothing I can do to stop it. So I just I did wear a mask today on the train. Like, I was really careful, but when I woke up, I knew I was sick. I was like, oh god, and it hurt to eat because like my mouth is so sore. I was like, yeah, this is great. I love it. Life is amazing. Did you go to that protest, Delta? Because apparently the cops were like staunching everybody at that protest that you said you were going to go to. So I was wondering, I'm like, oh, I hope Delta didn't get bashed by the cops because that's not fun. All right, let's do this. But do you guys like this witch's hat? It's so silly. You chickened out. Nah, you're not a chicken. Seriously, it's best to stay away from that. Because a lot of people that are going to those things actually just are looking for a fight, you know? A lot of people just use stuff like that as a means to like kind of justify their violent urges. There are just a lot of dickheads that go to things like that. They don't necessarily even care about what the cause is about. They just rock up because, yeah, they just, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to legitimize like their violence as like to further some political cause when it's not necessarily that. I don't know. I just find sometimes it's just better to stay away. All right. All that violence to defend like 50 people and a shit singer. Well, I'm a shit singer. Look, the reason why, I don't know who you're talking about, but the reason why that person sucks isn't probably because she can't sing, okay? Look, lots of us are tone deaf and it doesn't mean that we're bad people. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know who the person is, to be honest. So often when there's a rest, no one even knows who they are. Yeah. All right, we've got the letters. U-A-N-C G and I, and we have to use the letter R. Okay, that's what we got. Ungrace. Oh, no. Grain. We can have grain. We definitely can have grain. We can have raining. We can have crane. Craning, like craning your neck. You know when someone like kind of stretches their neck and like tries to look at things, they're craning their neck. Hello, Mercurial. Good to see you. Uncaring. We can have uncaring, I think. Oh, we finished it. We finished it. We did it, guys. We did it. I was just thinking of my mother when I came up with that. Let's inject our childhood trauma into everything, guys. It's what makes the world go round. Mini crossword. I have a keyboard now, so I forgot today that I had yeah, let's trauma dump. I forgot today that I had a keyboard and I was still using like the one on the screen and yeah. And then I was like, oh, I don't have to do that. I'm not like, I'm a privileged person now. Look at me. I've got a keyboard. I'm a real girl. Something to check before our flight. Your bag? It's 3 letters. You check in your bag, right? Typically. One road to recovery. Alcoholics Anonymous? I don't know. The Good Samaritan or the Rich Fool? Something now or never. It's now or never? Sober? Sober works. Oh. Hang on, guys. I might just go grab an antihistamine because my throat is incredibly itchy, and I think maybe because it's my immune system, sometimes if I take an antihistamine, it works. So I'm just going to grab one of those because it's incredibly distracting. Hang on, give me a second. Sorry about that. It's yeah, it's uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna take this and hope it helps. Delicious. Delicious tablets. Stop it. It's now or never. It's Angora's Cat's Splendor. No idea. North American frogs that sing in a shrill chorus. I've heard of a bullfrog, but I don't think it's that. Sheath or moo. Could be a tunic, maybe? Hit something club, a cabaret setting. One down, wildly out of control. Two down, I've got it. 3 letters. Don't know. Scintillating gossip. Scintillating? Gossip sesh. 9 across is fur. Aha, I've got it. Yeah, it could be. We'll try that. Scintillating gossip sesh. Gave 3 stars, say. Gave 3 stars, say. No idea. Becomes hazy as a picture. Dot on a domino. Sounds of indecision. Tiny source of torment for a storybook princess. That is P. I know that one. Pip is on a domino? That makes no sense, but sure. This could be a parable. The Good Samaritan or the Rich Fool. Those are both parables in the Bible, I believe. Parable? I think that's how you spell it. Is that how you spell parable? Perhaps. We'll never know. We will never know. Sheath or moo? What is a sheath or a moo? It's a... Kit Kat Club, maybe? Cabaret setting? I'm gonna go for cat. Maybe cat with a K. I don't know, but I feel like that could be it. I don't know. Becomes hazy. Oh, blur. That could be blur. No, that doesn't work. Becomes hazy as a picture. Where am I getting that B from, though? I don't. Fades? Yeah, but then number 6 can't be parable. I mean, we don't know that it is. And then 9 across can't be fur. So it's more than likely not, I would say. I mean, blur works. It just doesn't fit. Unless it's blurs. It could be blurs. Becomes hazy as a picture. Blurs. Let's try blurs. That does work, I think. They do just like to plural things. This could be rehab. Road to recovery could be rehab. This could be a gab fest. 3 down. Scintillating gossip search. Gab fest. That feels very American to me. I'm 100% just guessing this. If anyone knows anything about American frogs, North American frogs that sing in a shrill... Sheathel Moo Moo is dress. Okay. Alright. Sounds of indecision. That could be purr. Is there a frog called a purr? Alright, what's 4? 4 down. Oh, you rated. If you gave something 3 stars, you rated it. Okay. Oh, this is berserk. Wildly out of control is berserk. Close, but not quite. Okay. What have we done wrong? How do you spell berserk? You actually are an expert on American North American frogs. That's actually so convenient, Delta. Thank you. Thank you for your weird niche hobby. Now we will finally... How do you spell berserk? Is that not how you spell it? Wildly out of control. I'm too dumb to know how to spell. Did I spell parable wrong? Berserk, that's correct. Okay, so that's not what's wrong. What is wrong? Pip rated berserk. Aha. P. Gabfest. Blurs. It's probably the name of this frog. I don't see how we're gonna get it unless we look it up, honestly. How are we supposed to know the name of a fucking random American fucking frog? Seriously. Wow. Alright, let's have a look at this. I put it's now or never, but it might be something else. Now or never. What's the first word in that? I've only ever heard people say it's now or never, but it could be something else. The frogs are plural. Peepers? Like this? Oh! Well, we still did pretty good. We still did pretty good, I reckon. You know. We're doing our best. They're called peepers? Peepers. They're called peepers. Alright. Well, you learn something new every day. You learn something new every day. There you go. There you go. Let's play connections. Alright. We have tissue, work, pluck, construction, crush, crepe, cream, resolve, rolling, repairs, shellac, toilet, grit, route, upgrades, and fortitude. Grit and fortitude mean the same thing, so does resolve. What else could we have? Tissue, work, pluck, construction, crush, crepe, cream, rolling, repairs, shellac, toilet, route, and upgrades. Does being plucky, tissue and cream, of course you noticed that, you creep. That kid has pluck, you hear? Yeah, I think when you describe someone as plucky, it means they're like, they have resolve, fortitude, and grit. I think so. I could be wrong. I don't speak American, but you know, let's give it a crack. Intrepidity. intrepidity. I can't even say it. I got one, guys. I got one. I am a genius. Look, this witch's hat is giving me magic powers. It's giving me the power of the New York Times crossword. It's not a particularly useful power. Like, as far as powers go, you know, I would rather like maybe be invisible so I could like sneak into bank vaults and steal shit. But you know, get some money, get some cash. Maybe being able to teleport, like you just teleport to countries that you want to visit. You don't have to pay for planes, you don't have to pay for hotels. It would make traveling very fast. You know, doing the New York Times crossword isn't, you know, as look, I'll take whatever powers I can get. It's better than no powers, I suppose. Okay, so we've got crush, crepe, cream, tissue, rolling, repairs, shellac, toilet, work, route, upgrades, and construction left. Upgrades, constructions, work, repairs. Yeah, we can try that. Those words do go together. Upgrades, constructions, work, and repairs. Home renos, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Renovations, there you go. Cream, tissue, crush. Do you know where I'm going with this? You got some photos of your crush, or I guess maybe they have an OnlyFans these days. You got your crush's OnlyFans. You're in the toilet with some cream and some tissues. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? It's R-rated New York Times. R-rated. Bunch of perverts. Or I'm probably just the perv. When your crush has OnlyFans, well, you know. Apparently, like, it's only like 0.000 something % of the girls on OnlyFans that actually make money. Most of them make like $100, like their whole career. It's yeah, don't think it's worth the effort for most people. I think like if you're already famous or something, or like heaps of guys are asking for your nude, then maybe if you're like, yes, I have a market, I will do that. Tissue, toilet, and crepe are both papers. They are. Crepe paper, toilet paper, tissue paper. Rolling paper? Is rolling paper a thing? Crush paper, shellac paper, cream paper, or I'm gonna go with rolling paper. Kinds of soft, lightweight paper. Crush, route, cream, and shellac. Trounce. Okay, sure. Well, we're perfect, guys. I'm not entirely sure why, but we are. So, you know. I will take it. I will take it. Shellac is like varnish. Shellac is like varnish. Like, particularly like, older style furniture. I think it's made out of insects. And you like crushed insects. I'm pretty sure. I have a lot of antique furniture that I've gotten from various secondhand shops. I'm, you know, I got those goth vibes. I've got the, you know, I've got the I'm just a little witch living in my cave sort of vibes in my house. I do enjoy it. If I ever make any money streaming, I'm gonna buy like one of those electric fireplaces. So I can make, you know, I can have like a fake fire going, make it feel extra witchy. Because you can turn on the like the flame effect without turning on the heater. So I'll just do that all year round. Make it feel witchy. The Suns got shellacked. They did get flogged by the Giants today. They did. It was good. I like it. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch it, but because I got rid of my KO subscription because I kept on forgetting to watch on Saturday anyway. So I was like, well, I'll just watch the free games and you know, that will have to do. Trump and Putin fail to reach agreement on ending Ukraine war. Kind of predictable, to be honest. Oh, maybe Putin was like, remember, I've got those tapes of you. I've got those Epstein tapes of you. Because remember that guy we watched the other day was saying that Putin had some of the Epstein tapes? Yeah, I do remember Trump saying he would end the war in the first 24 hours. He probably didn't know at that stage that Putin had some of Epstein's, you know, blackmail tapes. So that's maybe why he thought he could do it.
No deal, no ceasefire, and no clear path to peace in Ukraine. The high-stakes summit between the Russian and US leaders has taken place in Alaska, with Donald Trump conceding we didn't get there. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has now confirmed he'll head to the US himself following today's outcome.
Vladimir Putin on US soil for a red carpet rendezvous.
What if Russia takes back Alaska? What if Russia's like, yeah, we want it back. We want all the oil. We want all the gold. Did Trump give Putin Alaska? No, he didn't. But I can imagine Putin asking for it back. It's like, yeah, that $1 million you bought Alaska for, that was just the lease. The lease is over, baby. Ooh. I used to watch, you know, those like reality TV programs where it's like a bunch of people like living in Alaska in like the Arctic Circle. And I think they're called like Life Below Zero and things like that. I used to watch them and I used to be like, oh, that would be so fun. Imagine just like having to survive in the wilds of Alaska and like hunting your own food and getting ready for winter, but like doing all this stuff. I was like, oh, that would be cool. There was a gold rush only a few months after the Russians sold Alaska. I know, and a lot of oil as well. They discovered a lot of oil. There's a lot of mineral wealth in Alaska. It's just in the middle of nowhere, so I think it's really hard to transport it all. But I mean, Australia's in the middle of nowhere, and we export all of our minerals. I think, yeah, just because of how cold Alaska gets in the winter, it kind of makes it really hard to do anything. But yeah, I used to love watching those reality shows of all the people like living in the Alaskan Arctic Circle. I don't know why. I just thought it was so cool. I used to like imagine me living in a little cabin in the middle of, you know, minus -1 billion temperature when my food became an icicle. That sounds fun. I think I actually would enjoy that though. That's the thing about me. I think I actually would enjoy that.
Boo. Applause from Donald Trump, then an outstretched hand to the man no longer the pariah but a peer, brought in from the cold with a warm handshake. For Vladimir Putin, this alone was a symbolic win. It's been 10 years since he last set foot in America and 3.5 years since Russia invaded Ukraine, starting the bloodiest war in Europe since World War.
What are we doing? Mercurial? We are watching a news story about Trump and Putin fail to reach agreement on ending the Ukraine war. Who would have thought that these types of things were complicated?
or two.
Not Trump.
Then from the back seat of the Beast, a smile in an extraordinary move, the presidential limousine chauffeuring the leader of the free world and the man who invaded a democracy. For 3 hours, Putin, Trump and their top advisors were locked in talks. Outside in the town of Anchorage, a giant Ukrainian flag was unfurled by protesters.
Well, that's going to help. That's going to help the diplomatic talks, isn't it? Like, don't you think that's just going to piss Putin off? I mean, I get what they're doing, but it's like Putin might have gone there with an intention and then... Because you got to remember, like, world leaders have egos, man. A lot of them have pretty big egos. He might have been ready to, you know, come to the table. And then he's like, oh, look at these Yanks and their stupid flag. Fuck you. I'm getting back on my plane. I'm taking my balls and I'm going home. I don't know. Men can be like that sometimes.
Alaska marking a monumental moment of high-stakes diplomacy. But Putin didn't blink.
We haven't quite got there.
Despite the niceties and the backdrop, the two leaders failed to declare an agreement. Neither leader uttered the words peace or ceasefire.
There's no deal until there's a deal. I will call up NATO in a little while. I will call up the various people that I think are appropriate, and I'll, of course, call up President Zelensky and tell him about today's meeting.
The Russian leader signalled no change in his hardline stance, warning Ukraine and Europe to not create any obstacles.
As I've said, the situation in Ukraine has to do with fundamental threats to our security.
No questions were taken, perhaps an indication Putin was calling the shots. The 12 minutes of statements leaving much unanswered. Before the meeting, President Zelensky had hoped for a strong position from the US. Today's ceremonious summit in stark contrast to the Ukrainian leaders' meeting with the US President at the White House in March.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting?
Donald Trump had said he'd come out alone if he wasn't happy with these negotiations, yet here he is. He smiling, standing side by side with Vladimir Putin, a man wanted internationally for war crimes.
They're going to set up...
Delta says the only peace he can see is Russia getting what's occupied right now. Well, yeah, I think the West is going to have to make some concessions if they do want this to end. Yeah, look, the West doesn't want to go. The West doesn't want to go in on the ground in Ukraine. They care, but they don't care that much. You know, I guess Bibi Netanyahu didn't tell them to invade. Didn't tell them to go into Ukraine. You know, America and its allies only seem to jump into warfare when it's at Bibi Netanyahu's behest, like, you know, Iraq and and the Arab Spring and Afghanistan and Iran. So maybe, wait, I just worked it out. If we want the war to come to an end, we need to ask Bibi Netanyahu to start making demands. Worked it out, guys. Solved it.
Now between President Zelensky and President Putin. And myself, I guess.
There's been no public commitment to a second meeting, and for now, no new sanctions on Russia. The onus instead put on Ukraine.
Now it's really up to President Zelensky to get it done. And I would also say the European nations, they have to get involved a little bit.
Donald Trump holding a phone call with NATO leaders just hours later. The showman, alongside the spy, who spoke his final words in a language he rarely uses.
Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I could see it possibly happening.
The Russian leader heading back to Moscow, where the summit has already been celebrated as a success.
Свои оценки прошедшей встречи с президентом России уже дал Дональд Трамп.
Donald Trump returning to Washington, D.C. without the deal he'd claimed he could seal in 24 hours of taking office. Tonight, the pursuit of peace taking much longer. In Anchorage, Alaska, Reed Butler, 9 News.
Oh,
And
sorry,
US
I'm yawning.
correspondent Reed Butler joins us now from Anchorage. Reed, has Donald Trump spoken with Volodymyr Zelensky?
Volodymyr Zelensky has tonight confirmed, Georgie, that he's had a lengthy conversation with Donald Trump about an hour following this summit. The Ukrainian president has also confirmed he'll be heading to Washington, D.C. on Monday local time to meet with Trump. He's also reiterated his desire for a trilateral meeting, so all three leaders, Putin, Trump and Zelensky. Kyiv has reported that overnight local time, Russia has fired a ballistic missile and at least 80 attack drones into Ukraine. All of this on a day that was meant to be about finding peace. Donald Trump may now be saying it's up to Ukraine to organise a deal, but the US president has returned to the White House this evening, apparently no closer to locking in the one he'd been promising. Georgie?
Reid Butler, thank you.
Ukraine reacts to Trump-Putin summit in Alaska. Let's see what Ukraine has to say.
The president is effectively out of the diplomatic deep freeze, and I've spoken to many Ukrainians who say that despite the illegal annexations, despite the ongoing aerial bombardment, they've taken solace in the fact that Vladimir Putin has effectively been a persona non grata on the world stage. So images of him on an American military base shaking hands, acting pretty chummy with the American president, arguably the most powerful man in the world, would have to be pretty demoralising. Now, there's also concern here, and I've spoken to a number of people here in Kyiv today about what will come from this. They are telling me absolutely nothing. They're sceptical because they've been in this position before. Of course, it's been a long time since Donald Trump has met face-to-face with Vladimir Putin, but they have spoken on the phone several times. Presidential envoy Steve Witkoff has been in Moscow and met with Vladimir Putin, and each time nothing material has come from it in the way of a ceasefire. So people here are rather pessimistic about what might happen.
I thought he was going to say people here are rather pissed off. Did anyone else, or is there just something wrong with my brain? Probably the latter, to be honest.
Let's have a listen to some people I spoke to in Kyiv today.
I think that after this meeting, war don't stop.
It will be bad for us because they want to take our territory, because Ukrainians want to live in Ukraine, not in Russia.
My opinion that they already have some decisions, and they want to just to show it to the whole world.
Now, Elias, there is concern on the ground about what President Donald Trump will be discussing with Mr. Putin as well.
That's right, Fauzi. Extreme concern is how I would put it. I've spoken to a Ukrainian government official today who's particularly concerned by the fact that Volodymyr Zelensky won't be in the room when the pair are discussing terms in which this war can end. Now, Donald Trump has repeatedly said he won't go into the room bargaining away Ukrainian territory. He'll leave that to the Ukrainians. However, as one person put it to me today,
well, that sounds like he doesn't want to do it, but he wants Zelensky to do it. It sounds like Trump wants Zelensky and probably said to him in private, hey, you're going to have to make some concessions if you want this to go your way. And sometimes, like, unfortunately, that's what being a leader is. Sometimes, you know, you're going to have to make some concessions. And, you know, to keep some of your country, you might have to say, hey, you can have these territories. And it sucks. And maybe it's not what you want to do. But how long do you want to drag out a bloody war that's killing your own people? I don't know. It's a rock and a hard place. But, I mean, it is complicated. Geopolitics are complicated.
Just never know, because the Ukrainians don't have a representative in the room. Let's have a listen to a government official I spoke to today.
It's impossible. It's impossible legally, practically, politically, morally. It's absolutely out of the question. That's
Alexander Veroshenko talking about whether Ukraine will concede land to Russia. Now, many people have suspected that the latest insurgency by Russia in the east is a ploy by Vladimir Putin to betray the Ukrainian military effort to keep the Donbass region as completely futile, and he'll go into the summit asking for all of that land, thousands of square metres, square kilometres, to be handed over to Russia. But that's a clear red line for the Ukrainian government. They say they will not, under any circumstances, hand over Ukrainian territory to Russia as part of a peace deal. In addition to that, it's constitutionally enshrined, so any change to the borders would have to go to a parliamentary vote. And one more key point is that European leaders have repeatedly said that they will not support a change of borders by force, and no one can argue that's exactly what Russia is trying to do.
What a dilly of a pickle. Sorry, I'm not trying to make light of the Ukraine war, obviously. I'm just feverish, so shit is just coming out of my mouth. You know how it is. You know how it is when your immune system is trying to fucking kill you because it feels like it. It's these things happen. Queensland rocked by its most powerful onshore earthquake in half a century. Boop. Boop.
Good evening. Queensland has been rocked by one of the most powerful earthquakes in its history. It shook homes, rattled nerves, and even woke up those having a Saturday sleep in. The magnitude 5.6 quake struck near Kilkivan, west of Gympie, at a depth of 10 kilometres. It was felt right across Brisbane, on the Gold Coast, and even in the far north. The quake knocked out power to thousands, but thankfully no one was injured.
9:49 a.m. The moment.
Whoa!
Queenslanders literally felt the earth move under their feet.
I feel the sky tumbling
Shaking
down,
houses,
tumbling
rattling
down.
hunters, waking pets and sending horses scampering.
It was a really bizarre feeling.
I thought I was having a dizzy spell and he said, "Can you feel that?"
Our parents were scared, but we were like, that's amazing.
The epicentre of the 5.6 magnitude.
Delta says most exciting thing to happen in Queensland. Yeah, I almost feel like we should just let Queensland win State of Origin because it's basically all they have going for them. No offense, Queensland. Just kidding. Apparently a lot of the earthquakes that we experience in Australia are caused by stuff going on near New Zealand with that. Like the geological phenomenons around there. Yeah, but like Australia's pretty geologically stable, but I mean there have been a lot of earthquakes. Like if you talk to your parents, they'll remember earthquakes. Like there was a big one in Newcastle, I think like in the 90s or maybe the 80s. That was a really big one. Like there have always been earthquakes in Australia. It's just, you know, they don't really do a lot of damage, so people just sort of forget about them after they happen. But yeah, it's not abnormal necessarily for Australia to have earthquakes. And obviously like now we're a lot we're able to like measure their magnitude straight away, and you know we have all the equipment to monitor everything and know when things are happening. So they probably sent out a text when it was happening.
Magnitude quake just outside of Gympie.
We were like,
Gympie? Oh shit!
Most
What
people
was
are
that?
a little bit edgy because obviously we don't experience anything like that much.
It was an exciting time. I've never been in an earthquake before, and I've been in Gympie for 50 years.
That's how long it's been since the Sunshine State was shaken by an onshore quake this big.
It has been felt from Cairns in Queensland all the way down to Sydney.
Lighting up social media.
My bed just shook just a tiny little bit.
Felt like the house was going.
Do you think that was the first time his bed shook in a while? That's why he was a little bit rattled. Oh, speaking of, I have been hearing my neighbors, like my upstairs neighbors, having sexy time lately because I can hear like the head of their bed like smacking into the wall. And I'm like, I can tell, you know, what rhythm and pace they're going at. And they were really going for it this morning. I tell you what, I was like, geez, calm down. Calm down, guys.
Gonna fall off the perch.
And becoming the talk of the town.
There was one lady sort of saying to me that it was like having a honeymoon with her husband. Only lasted a very short period of time.
See? I'm not the only perverted person. He said it was like people having a quick root as well. I'm not the only sicko out here, all right?
It came with quite a shock, and then it just rolled for a little bit. It was like a bit of a roller coaster.
This man was in hospital when the quake struck.
Brakes weren't completely on my bed, and when it started to shake, I'm going like this.
It caused some to lose power.
13,000 customers losing power, mostly in the South Burnett and the Fraser Coast areas.
Warnings were put up at beaches, trains were on a go-slow until tracks were given the all clear, while the Premier confirmed damage to water infrastructure at Cherbourg. Queensland's two largest ever earthquakes were at Gladstone in 1918 and Gayndah in 1935. According to experts, had today's quake...
Yeah, that old fella definitely did work on his sex joke all day. And he was probably hanging around like the high street as well. He's probably hanging around, you know, the main street in town waiting for the media to come. So he's like, oh, I've got a joke about rooting. You want to hear it? And they were like, keep it PG. And he was like, oh, right. And he cleaned it up a little bit. And he was like, yeah, hell yeah, that was a sweet joke.
Reached 6.1 magnitude, damage would have been likely. Had it topped 7, it would be considered a major earthquake with serious damage expected.
It's a bit unusual to have over 15,000 felt reports in less than a day from this particular earthquake.
Some missed out altogether.
Didn't notice, didn't think that there was an earthquake. Honestly, don't believe that there was.
While others can now proclaim...
Live to tell the tale, hey, another day.
One very earth-shattering day. Michael Hammond, 7 News.
We're live now to Christina Puljak in Gympie. Christina, have there been any aftershocks there?
Look, not so far, Sam, but give it time. Geoscience Australia says more tremors and aftershocks are possible in the short term and even months from now. That's because the ground needs to settle after a substantial quake. That could mean one big tremor or hundreds of small ones, and they're most likely to occur in the region in and around Kilkivan and Gympie. If they do happen, the experts say it's unlikely they'll cause much, if any, damage.
Do you reckon any gimps live in Gympie? I don't know. Just food for thought, guys. Just food for thought. Just putting it out there.
Now, Geoscience Australia is keen for people to report any aftershock they do feel, and you can do that through its website. Sam?
Christina Puljak, thank you.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, let's see what happened at this protest that Delta luckily did not go to. Old boy a freak, perhaps. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Apparently, I just say very inappropriate stuff when I'm feverish. Actually, let's not pretend that I don't say fucked up stuff all the time. Just have a fucked up sense of humour. I got problems.
Protesters have clashed with police in the city while trying to disrupt a women's rally outside Parliament. Pepper spray was deployed as 4 people were arrested in the chaos before the group turned on the media. Penelope Learsh reports.
Activists clash with police in the centre of the city as pepper spray flies. Trans rights protesters detained on the ground, their face coverings removed. Hands behind your back. Splinter groups pushing back against...
I get triggered when I see people spit because my mum used to spit on me all the time. I think that that can be classified as assault. I'm pretty sure it's like... Yeah, because people don't know if like you have a disease or something. Assault with a bodily fluid. Yeah. I don't know, there's just something like so degrading about spitting on somebody. Like you feel so degraded when someone spits on you. This one is weird. Since when did the left go to protest with their faces covered? It's been happening for a while. Antifa have been going to marches with their faces covered since way before COVID. They were the first people I would see wearing masks, right? Back, I think maybe around 2016, they started wearing the masks. And I think it's just, if they are maybe gonna use more violent means, they don't want people knowing who they are. Especially if they're kind of going there to counter protest the right. I know that was happening a lot when Donald Trump initially got elected in like the 2016 election. I know there was a lot of like yeah, a lot of kerfuffle between like the right and the left in America particularly, and people wanted to like conceal their identities, especially if they were like going to be bashing people, because they had the whole like punch a Nazi in the face kind of movement going on. And yeah, I think they've been wearing masks since then. Cops protect Nazis but beat up left-wing protesters. I mean, they're cops, Delta. They're cops. They're police officers. Like, I know it sucks. I know it sucks. And I know we would want our police to just kind of do their jobs and treat everybody equally under the law, but that doesn't necessarily happen. And yeah, they're cops. Cops are not tops, guys.
Officers. A flare lighting up a Saturday morning in the CBD. The group began marching from Parliament House, where around 100 protesters gathered to oppose a women's rights rally. Dozens of officers corralled the group through the heart of the city back to Carlton Gardens, where some turned on the media. Protesters returning to the police.
If I was a reporter and some mole was like, get away, I'll rip your head off, I'll be like, yeah, come here, darling, let's try. Let's try. Let's see who wins this fight. Like, you could probably guess my my media career would not last long. But look, if I spent that long putting curls in my hair and some mole was like, come over here and I'll rip your hair off, I'll be like, I'll rip your hair off, bitch. Let's fucking go. I'll bite you. Sorry. Just, my fever's making me violent. I was outside stalactites. Yeah, I haven't had that in a while. A scrag fight? Yeah, I would 100% have a scrag fight. Look, like, I don't go around starting fights, but if some chick started yelling at me, that would probably, like... Yeah. Anyway, calm down, Panda, alright? You don't need to go around having scrag fights. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
Cordon was searched by officers. A water-filled barricade and lines of police kept the group separate from the initial rally on the other side of Parliament, where a few dozen people gathered, opposing the state's new hate speech laws, which carry up to 5 years jail for those found to have vilified LGBTQIA+ people and those with disabilities.
Why are women's rights being removed in law? Because of our politicians.
Vilification used to be about violence or inciting violence, but now it's really about offending someone.
Officers marched away one person from the rally area.
You can see the number of police here on Spring Street from the mounted branch to those on foot. It seems police have been...
You know what I really hate is when protesters hurt the horsies. Like, I get you hate the cops, but don't hurt the horsies. The horsies are innocent and they did nothing wrong. That shit really boils my piss. Like, don't hurt animals. And I think, like, especially what annoys me that the left does is that sometimes, and I understand, like, they're impassioned and I understand that they're angry, but a lot of the time, like, instead of, like, ingratiating people, you know, to listen to them and to, like, you know, win hearts and minds, a lot of the time the behavior really turns a lot of normies off, right? If you want to get normies to come to your side, you know, try being funny, try being nice. You know, you can protest. You don't have to spit at people. You don't have to threaten to rip journalists' really pretty hair out. I just don't think it helps. I just don't think it helps. All that happens is you get arrested and the news gets to say, look at these psychos, right? And the average person is turned off. Why was there a woman's protest? I would say it's probably to do with Sal Grover and Roxanne Tickle, a trans woman, and Sal Grover, a mother from Queensland, having a court case at the moment. I believe it's at the Supreme Court. It was tested at federal court last year, and Roxanne Tickle, the trans woman, won. It's essentially trying to see if you can have single sex spaces, as in like you have to have XX chromosomes, and they exclude trans women from women's spaces or not. So Julia Gillard changed the Sex Discrimination Act in 2013? Can't have been. What year was it? 2011 maybe? Sorry, the years evading me. But anyway, when Julia Gillard was Prime Minister, she changed the Sex Discrimination Act, so it referred to gender and not sex. Which is why Roxanne Tickle won the case. However, in the UK last year or earlier this year, I'm losing track of months, they said that like the Sex Discrimination Act and female referred to like biological sex, so what your chromosomes say that you are. So if you want to be a woman according to law, you have to have XX chromosomes. I was right, 2013. Okay, that felt wrong for some reason, but I get confused very easily. So the women's rights protest was not about women's rights. So the women's rights protest, they were protesting that a woman is like somebody that has XX chromosomes, what used to be called a woman before the Sex Discrimination Act changed. So, you know, somebody that has female sex organs and female chromosomes. That's what, so they were saying basically that trans women aren't women. That's what the women's rights protesters were saying. And then the people in black, I don't know if they were Antifa. I don't want to say what group they're affiliated with because I don't know. Maybe Delta would have more information on that because he had heard about this protest and was going to attend. So he would know more about it than me. I just know from a legal standpoint because I've been following the case, so I can speak more to the legalities of that. And the protesters were pro-trans, so yeah, it's essentially like people, so trans exclusionary radical feminists. So radical feminists believe in biology overall. So you have to have female sex organs and you have to have female chromosomes. And obviously the anti-TERF or the pro-trans protesters obviously believe that, you know, in gender over sex, I guess, biological sex. And that seems to be what the kerfuffle was about. What was this? Sorry. Oh, yeah, Delta. I was just asking if, do you know what group the pro-trans protesters were from? Like, were they from a specific group or was it just like a randomly organized thing? Because I'm just not entirely sure if they were like Antifa or it was just a, you know, anyone is free to come to the protest sort of a thing. Oh, I see what you're saying, Havasad. I get what you're saying. Yeah. That's essentially the crux of it from what I've been able to ascertain. But yeah, it is currently being tested in court at the moment. It more than likely will end up at the High Court, which is the highest court of appeal in Australia. And because it affects Commonwealth legislation, which essentially you can only change a piece of legislation legally, like by the court system is contesting it is contesting it at the High Court. So Sal Grover and her legal team want to make the argument, that women are only people with XX chromosomes that, you know, are born with female sex organs. And that's essentially what is being debated right now. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait to see what the outcomes of that is. But there's probably going to be more stoushes about that, obviously, because you have two sides that feel very strongly about it. So, yeah. Leave the horses alone, everybody. No matter what side you're from, horses are cool.
Been able to keep a much tighter hold on the crowds compared to the counter-protesters clashing back in April. That day, violence erupted across the city.
Whoa.
As members of the public attacked the trans rights protesters following clashes with police that ran for hours. But today, within a few hours of being set up, the water-filled barriers were emptied as protesters and the police presence emptied out of the city.
And we're live now to Penny at police headquarters. Penny, how has the force responded to today's protest?
Well, Pete, Victoria Police says 3 of their officers were injured today, but they didn't require hospital treatment. Of the 4 people that were arrested, a 21-year-old man is accused of assaulting a police officer with an umbrella. 2 others are accused of having flares on the streets. Now, we did see a number of police today giving directions to people to remove their face masks around this protest area. While the state government has said they will outlaw people wearing face coverings at protests, that is yet to come into any legislation, Pete.
OK, thank you for that report, Penelope Leash.
Wow, that was violent. I had to go to the city, although I think this was after this. I had to go to the city today to pick up this new mic, and I was wearing a face mask, and I typically wear all black because, you know, I was a goth kid, so I still kind of gravitate towards the black. I was wearing a face mask because I have lupus and I'm incredibly ill. Imagine if someone just came up and punched me because they thought I was a protester. Fucking hell. All right. Well, yeah, that is, you actually can't find any info on the women's group. Yeah, like I couldn't find anything when I had a quick little Google. I know a lot of the lesbian groups are supporting Sal Grover. I know a lot of the lesbian, I think there's one that obviously doesn't have the T in it, like it's a LGB. I think they're just called like LGB Alliance or something. I know, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like radical feminist lesbians, because they're like, I'm a lesbian, therefore I'm only attracted to women, like, and woman means blah 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 blah. Like, that's, yeah, I know there's one of those groups involved, but I don't know if they were the people that were necessarily there. It's a mystery, I guess. They're called Women Will Speak. There you go.
Here is Malay Arumim, a settlement in the occupied West Bank. But just over to my left in these hills is the site of the E1 project, which would extend the settlement right through to East Jerusalem. Now, far-right and controversial Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich has approved plans in these hills for more than 3,000 housing units.
Oh, the Family First Party, are they still kicking on? They hate everyone. They hate gay people. I'm pretty sure they hate women too. I'm pretty sure they think women should be back in the kitchen. Look, I really, really, really like cooking, and I typically will cook for my family, and I typically will cook for, you know, my partner, and I really enjoy cooking. But if somebody told me to cook, I have such like an oppositional personality. Even if I was on my way to cook and I just bought ingredients to cook and somebody was like, you better make dinner, I'd be like, nah, fuck you, I'm not making dinner. Like if anyone tells me what to do, I automatically just want to do the opposite thing to that. It's a personality flaw. Yeah, I'm not going to be in the kitchen. I really like baking. I really enjoy baking. I'm really good at baking. It's fun. I enjoy it. All right, so we're going to watch a video about Israeli settlement plan to bury idea of a Palestinian state. Because they just want to occupy it all. We're having pizza tonight. Actually, it's because you told me what to do. It's your shout. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, pizza. I haven't had pizza in a while. I've been trying to be good. I've been trying to be good, but oh god, pizza's so good. It's just the thing is, like, it's empty calories. For that many calories, I could get in heaps of protein, you know? I'm trying to become a muscle mummy. I want to become a muscle mummy, and you know, I'm just trying to focus on protein, trying to get ripped, so I can squeeze men's heads between my thighs. That's the plan. Just, you know, give them a good old squeeze. All right, we got a serious topic to talk about, guys. I am acting as though you guys threw me off. You didn't. I threw myself off with my how much can I lift right now? Well, I took a year off training. So right now I'm, you know, trying to get back up to my peak strength. But I weigh 47 kilos and my bench press was 52 kilos, which for a chick is pretty decent because that's more than I weigh. My chest press was like 40 kilos. My hip thrust was 220 pounds. I'm not sure in kilos because the hip thrust machine at my old gym, the plates were pounds that we used for that. That's 100 kilos. Yeah, so that's twice what I weigh. I started doing hack squats. So at the moment I'm doing a 40 kilo hack squat. But I've only been back at training for like 4 or 5 weeks. So I definitely haven't gotten back like the strength that I used to have. So we're trying to get back up there. We are trying to get our strength back, but we'll get there. Like, considering how sick I am and stuff, like I know chicks that are healthy and way more than me that can't lift anywhere near what I was lifting before I stopped training. So I reckon I'm gonna get there. I think. I've had lots of people tell me that I'm really, really, really strong for my size. So I think it's because I've got a lot of peasant genes, right? And like, you know, my great-great-grandparents used to pull like plows through fields, and I reckon I've got like that Slavic peasant strength, I reckon. Like, I think that's what's in my genes, is just like pulling farm equipment. So I still have those genes. Because Slavic women used to give birth in the field and then just like keep on working. That's what I've been told anyway. All right, let's actually watch this video. Sorry, I have too much feverish nonsense coming out of my mouth. Israeli settlement plan to bury idea of a Palestinian state. Let's actually watch it.
Well, this here is Male Adumim, a settlement in the occupied West Bank. But just over to my left in these hills is the site of the E1 project, which would extend the settlement right through to East Jerusalem. Now, far-right and controversial Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich has approved plans in these hills for more than 3,000 housing units. Israeli settlements in the West Bank are illegal under international law. This plan had been frozen for years because of objections by the US and European allies who considered it a threat to the establishment of a viable Palestinian state in the West Bank. And there's fears it could cut the West Bank into two halves, making a contiguous Palestinian state impossible. Minister Smotrich, who has been sanctioned by Australia over accusations of inciting violence against Palestinians in the West Bank, has described the plan as burying the idea of a Palestinian state and Zionism.
They really are just cartoonish villains. And that guy is not indigenous to the Palestinian region because he is so sunburnt. He is so sunburned. Like, the UV in Australia is so much higher, and I'm a Slavic girl, so, you know, my ancestors are from, like, freaking Siberia or some shit. And before I developed lupus, I never got that red. You know, going to the beach on the New South Wales North Coast, going to Sydney beaches, never, ever, ever, ever got that red. Like, seems like you belong in, I don't know, maybe Central Europe or somewhere far away.
At its best.
We will continue to build a fulfilling Jewish reality. This reality definitively buries the idea of a Palestinian state, simply because there is nothing to recognise.
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Maybe I should send this guy a slip slop slap pack, because he's clearly not dealing with the Middle Eastern UV very well. This is giving skin cancer. I mean, I don't know if they have melanoma checks in Israel, but maybe this guy, well, no, actually we don't want him to get a melanoma check. If the sun wants to remove him from the equation, you know, natural selection.
And no one to recognise.
International and domestic critics of the proposal say this plan is deadly for a two-state solution. Local anti-settlement advocacy groups say there are further steps still needed before construction here, but infrastructure works could begin within a few months.
The fact that now the Israeli government is going through with this plan just shows in what situation we are, both in the goals of the current Israeli government and the lack of serious international intervention.
Israel's
They have literally banned doing the genetic test for the citizenship because they know it will be false for most of them. Well, Ashkenazi Jew and, like, say, for example, Sephardic Jew, like, Sephardic Jews are actually indigenous to the region, like they have Arab DNA. But Ashkenazi Jews do show as a specific group, but most of their DNA is European, I believe. So it does show genetic testing does show can show Ashkenazi heritage, but it's not related to any of the other people in, like, this region that we're talking about. So yeah, it definitely kind of East Germany to Russia, Poland, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, all around that region.
Approval of settlements has been growing at a rapid pace, and with Australia's decision to recognise a Palestinian state next month, plans like these continue to make it extraordinarily difficult for a state of Palestine to be.
Well, that's what they want. They want the whole thing. They want the whole thing. And then they're going to try and take Egypt, and they're going to try and take Jordan. You know, they want to expand to create the state of Greater Israel. And they probably just think that America's going to help them do it. And who knows, they might. Who knows, they might. That's anti-Semitic? What's anti-Semitic? I don't have a problem with Jewish people at all as long as they're not dickheads. A joke, okay. Like, I have a fever. I can't pick up on sarcasm. Yeah, well, not a lot, unfortunately. A small percentage of Jewish people aren't Zionists, and they've been speaking out. Really happy to say I've seen a lot of people from Sydney, a lot of the Sydney Jewish community have been speaking out against what's going on as well, which I think is really cool. That's really nice to see. I like that. See, we're friends. We're friends with Jewish people if they're not fuckwits. What we're against is fuckwits. That's all we just don't like fuckwits. And I think that's a pretty universal sentiment.
Established. Decisions like this one physically
why are you
shape
fast?
the landscape of
Calm
the
down,
West
mate.
Bank and further entrench Israel's presence
Scary.
here in the occupied territory. And they also further isolate Palestinian communities.
He scared me. Oh, we already watched that. We already watched that. I'm not good at life, is what I'm taking away from this. I think I accidentally closed something I was going to watch. I swear there was one more video. Oh well. The ADL said that the banner of "Stop Killing Children" and "Stop Killing Civilians" was anti-Semitic. Yeah, they think that you know, just having pacifist ideals is anti-Semitic. It's really, really strange. And ironically enough, their behavior is making people anti-Semitic. Their behavior is making people anti-Semitic. Because if you can't, like, name and shame atrocities without being called anti-Semitic, people say, well, yeah, maybe I am gonna, you know. Yeah, I've noticed anti-Semitism has been on the rise, and it's because of Israel's actions, actually. And not being able to criticize Israel without being called anti-Semitic. People are like, well, maybe I should actually be anti-Semitic then, you know. If you're going to call me anti-Semitic, maybe I might, you know, maybe I might go full, you know, swastika. I mean, it sucks, but some people are definitely going down that road. It's yeah. Ugh. One of the people you know from high school actually has anti-Semitic views now because of this. Well, yeah, it's definitely it definitely is having that effect on some people for sure. But I mean, a lot of the time people are like, well, I'm going to get called this anyway, I might as well be the thing, right? Like, a lot of people have that personality trait where they're like, well, I may as well do the thing I'm being accused of if I'm just going to be called that anyway. A lot of people are wired like that. Where's the news stories I was going to watch? Where did they all go? Where did they go? Where did they go? Where did they go? I do not know. You need a break for your own sanity? Yeah, fair enough. I think we're going to play some food games now, actually. I might play food games in GeoGuessr, so you can stick around, cranky bookworm, if you're down for looking at some gross food, probably. Some disgusting food. What is with this vegan kebab, which is a pie in a roll? It's so weird. Or mozzarella pizza. Gonna go for the mozzarella pizza. Cheese pizza is good. Yep. Chicken gyros? Do you say gyros? I don't know. Or Lebanese chicken flatbread. Ooh. I like both of those things. Which one looks better? This is hard. This is like the souvlaki versus kebab debate. But obviously, the winner is kebab. This is basically a different version of that. I'm gonna go for the Greek just because it looks slightly better ingredients. And I was wrong. Pork dumplings or roast pork stuffing and gravy? Let's go for the dumplings. Nope. I'm losing. I'm a loser. Full English breakfast or a cheeseburger? Oh, full English breakfast. Actually got one right. Cheese spätzle or spätzle. I don't know how the Germans say it. That stuff is really good. I really like spätzle. Spätzle. Slider box. 6 burgers, 4 mozzarella sticks, beer battered onion rings, and tater tots. Yeah, this looks good. Oof. You like trains? I mean, trains are cool. Butter, chicken, tikka, and rice, or the meat pie in a roll for some reason. Let's go for the butter chicken. Yes. Correct. This burger, which I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Is that a burger? What's happening over there? Are you okay? Or horseradish and red onion on bread. I'm gonna go for the horseradish. Yeah. That looks like unedible. Loaded hash browns or ham and cheese toasty with cheesy fries. Oh, I do like hash browns, but I also like toasty. It's British? Yeah, it seems like it is British. The Scrandal has been pranking us lately. It has. One time they showed the two exact same pictures and one had way more votes than the other. It made 0 sense. Loaded hash browns or ham and cheese toasty with cheesy fries. I don't know. I love hash browns. I also love toasties and chips. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Somebody help me. I don't know. Just don't know. It's really hard. Is this gonna have to be an eeny, meeny, miny, mo scenario? I don't know. I'm gonna go for the hash browns just because it looks nicer. Yeah. The picture just looked nicer. A Sri Lankan food platter, which is free, or Korean chicken with rice, kimchi, and a triple whiskey highball. Look, I know Sri Lankan food is bloody delicious, but Korean food is goated, and even if I had to pay £7.50 for it, it comes with alcohol, and I like to get drunk and yelly when I go to sporting events. So we're gonna go for the Korean. And we lost because we are losers. This looks wrong. This looks like some type of oof. This looks, I don't know, a French hot dog. Sure it is, mate. Sure it is. We lost because the other one was free. Yeah, I think you do have to factor that in. Or we have some duck hearts on skewers. I'm going to go for the hot dog because I think a lot of people don't like to eat offal. I come from, you know, I don't mind eating organs of animals, I've got to say. Me and one of my Korean friends bonded over the fact that we both come from cultures that eat cow stomach. She was so surprised that I wasn't grossed out by it, and I was like, "Yeah, we have this in my culture. It's we have cow stomach soup, and they also have a cow stomach soup in Korea, which is pretty similar." So the witch eats hearts. Yeah, of course I do. I'm gonna go for the hot dog, although this comes with chips. I don't know. No, people wanted the hearts with the chippies. So takeaway is that I suck. That I suck at life. But P's equal degrees, guys. Never forget that. All you need to do is pass. And that's the way we live our lives, scumbags. Food guesser. Daily. Ba 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 da. Walleye fillet. flour, cornmeal, salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, eggs, milk, vegetable oil, lemon wedges, tartar sauce, optional, parsley, optional. This dish features tender white walleye fillets. Fish fillets, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that fish. Lightly coated in seasoned flour or cornmeal, then fried until crispy on the outside while remaining flaky on the inside. It's commonly served with lemon wedges, tartar sauce, and simple accompaniments. I can't speak English. Like coleslaw or fries. The mild flavor of the fish pairs well with fresh herbs and adds a delicate, satisfying taste to the classic comfort food. I'm going to go with American because it's served with coleslaw and fries, and that feels American to me. Otherwise, it's the UK because it's basically just fish and chips, right? United States. Correct. Correct. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Ooh. Eggs, fish sauce, green onions, vegetable oil, cooked jasmine rice, soy sauce, chili sauce, pork or chicken, optional garlic, optional onions, optional cilantro, optional. I'm going to go with Thailand. Because it's got that fish sauce. It might be Vietnam, but I'm going to go for Thailand. Correct. It's not the witch's hearts you need to worry about. It's the cookies. Yeah. I definitely would Hansel and Gretel some kids, not gonna lie. Come and eat my delicious lolly house. Yum, 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 yum. All the delicious treats you could want. And then I'm going to eat you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Flour, sugar, butter, milk, yeast, eggs, aniseed, salt, grape must or grape juice, baking powder. Okay. This dish is a traditional type of sweet brioche-like bread, commonly flavored with aniseed. It's made using grape must or fermented grape juice, which acts as a natural leavening agent with a light, fluffy texture. These rolls are often enjoyed fresh or lightly roasted. They pair well with butter or jam, making them a delightful companion tea for breakfast. Ooh. You were surprised when you went to the UK and tried fish and chips and actually liked it? Well, these British food bloggers are actually what they're called. Their channel's called Jolly, but they also have another channel called the Korean Englishman because the guy does like a lot of content about Korea as well because his wife's Korean and he like lived there when he was a kid because his parents are like diplomats or something. I don't know. Some like rich people backstory. But he and his friend, it's like Josh and Ollie, and they're like British guys. They came over to Australia and they said that Australia has the best fish and chips that they've ever tasted and also like the best steak. So there you go. Fish and chips is better in Australia. Jolly, Jolly. And their other channel is called the Korean Englishman, I believe. So I'll bring up the channels. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, it's this channel. They have a lot of celebrities on their channel, and the other channel that they have is called Korean Englishman, and they have a lot of celebrities on this too. But they're just basically like introducing Korean food to people that haven't tried it before. They've got Jason Momoa. They were eating Hawaiian food with Jason Momoa. They have a lot of celebrities. They have a lot of K-pop girlies and stuff. And yeah, this other channel is Jolly. But this is probably 4 or 5 years ago. I think before COVID, they came to Australia. And yeah, they tried fish and chips. I think it was at Coogee in Sydney, and they said it was like the best fish and chips they've ever had. So there you go. I mean, Australia has way better produce than the UK, and UK, oh, they can't make coffee. Our chips are way better. COVID ruined the fish and chips. No, they were just here before COVID hit. They just came to Australia, I think in like 2018 or 2019. I don't remember. See if I can find the video. I don't want to play it because I feel like they would DCMA me. I don't know. They just seem like rich British people. Here it is. Brits try Australian fish and chips. How is it better? See, they're saying our fish and chips is better than theirs. And I have to agree. I did go to the fish and chip shop when I was in the UK that's supposed to be the best one in London. And I went to the one that's supposed to be the best one in the country. And my like great auntie or whatever, she was so excited to take me there. And she was like, isn't it good? Isn't it good? And I was like, yeah, it's really good. And I didn't really find it that impressive. I'm sorry. Poms. You can't make coffee and we make fish and chips. But Australia basically does everything that the UK does, but like better. You know, like we're hotter, we're cooler, we have a better accent, we have better weather. We made multiculturalism work, you didn't. We don't say water funny. Yeah, like we've got everything going for us, Delta. We have better Welsh people. No comment. We have the New South Welsh, which I will say are hotter than the Welsh. I will say that. I will say we are hotter. I've been to Wales and I can say that New South Welsh people are hotter than Welsh people. Sorry, I'm putting that out there into the ether. But yeah, they loved their Aussie fish and chips, you know? They loved it. But yeah, those are their channels. If you are interested in that. I have no idea. What country uses aniseed a lot? There's a Welshman in your RuneScape clan and he's mad. That's awesome. There are a lot of Irish people in Australia. Cranky bookworm. So, you know, we swear as much as the Irish. We say the C word as much as the Irish. And we drink as much as the Irish. So there are so many Irish people here. Before Australia became multicultural, Australia was like 80% Irish because a lot of the convicts and a lot of the people that came over to Australia were from Ireland, but especially a lot of the convicts were from Ireland. So most white Australians have Irish ancestry. I'm 75% Slavic, so I have 3 Slavic grandparents, but I have 1 Irish grandparent. So even I'm 25% Irish. I don't look at it all though. I look very, very, very Russian. I look like a Russian spy that's about to pull some shady business. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a very shady individual. So, you know, it all works out. It does. Well, we imported all the cool people from the UK because, let's be honest, the criminals were the only cool people in the UK, you know. The ones that like to have fun are the ones that like to have fun. I'm only shady because I need protection from the sun. Well, that's one of the reasons, I guess. That's one of the reasons. All right. Aniseed. What? It says brioche-like, so I don't think it's French. Although it could be French. Flour, sugar, butter, milk, yeast, eggs, aniseed, salt, grape. Grape must or grape juice. Could be Hungarian. That is a good guess. Are the Hungarians fond of aniseed and grape must? It could be Hungarian. Although I'm thinking it's probably like a wine region, which does make me want to say French. But then I don't know, the Czechs have a lot of wine in Moravia. But then I feel like I would know this food. So confusing. The French are also snobs and you don't know if this would fit. They have a lot of rustic food though. What do we think, chat? Do we want to go with Hungary? I don't know. It's all very hard. You're gambling on Italy? I could see this being Italian. You think it's Malta? It could very easily be Malta. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Malta. I'm going to go with Malta. We have not had anything from Malta yet in this game. And, you know, the Maltese, they are... Nope, cold. Well, we buggered that up. It wants us to go... Does it want us to go southeast or southwest? I'm confused. South. It wants us to go south of Malta. What the heck? How can we go south of Malta? You got Sicily and Malta confused? But Sicily is north of Malta, isn't it? Isn't Malta way, way, way down south of Italy? Or am I confused? We'll try Italy anyway. Ice cold. Italy is ice cold, so we definitely are going south of Malta. So we might be in Africa. If we're south of Malta, we would be in Africa, wouldn't we? Am I crazy? Are we in Africa? Could it be like North Africa? Could it be like a Morocco? Well, they wouldn't have wine, but they might have grape juice. South Sudan? It could be South Sudan. I am so confused. Made with grape must or fermented grape juice. Algeria? It could be Algeria. It could be Morocco. It could be Algeria. It could be Libya. It could be Syria. We're not going to get this. It could be Tunisia or Algeria. Yeah, you know what? Let's try Algeria. Algeria is also cold. And we're still going south. That's a sexy bread cake. Oh, we've got the name of it. Mosboletgius. Mosboletgius? The Democratic Republic of Congo? I mean, it could be. I feel like this sounds French, so I feel like we want to go for like maybe... I feel like we want to go for maybe an African country that was colonized by the French. I don't know. Do you feel like this sounds French? Should we go for Mozambique? Because this kind of sounds like Mozambique. It borders Mozambique. It borders Mozambique. What the heck? I just guessed it was Mozambique because it has the word Moz in it, even though that's spelt with a Z. South Africa? Should I go for South Africa? Oh, if Defect was in the chat, he could tell us if it's South African. South Africa! It's time for Africa. Whatever happened to Shakira? Oh, her husband cheated on her. Rest in peace, Shakira. We still love you. My mum rang me one time. This was obviously when we were still talking. Because she saw Shakira on the TV. She saw Shakira on the TV, and she rang me and she's like, oh, do you know this lady Shakira? And I'm like, yeah. And my mum goes, oh, she's got the same body as you, except you have smaller boobs. And I was like, thanks, Mum. Shakira literally sings a song where she says, lucky for my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains. And I'm like, and you're saying my boobs are even smaller than hers? Well, that's just rude, Mum. That is just rude. Rest in peace, Shakira. Nah, she's still around. Shakira is still around. I just haven't seen her anywhere for a while. I just haven't seen her. I don't think she's dead. She got cheated on by her husband, though. Like, some soccer player cheated on her with, like, some lady. So she got, like, publicly embarrassed recently. That happened, like, in the last few years. Shakira, as if you would cheat on Shakira. Shakira. What's wrong with small boobs? Nothing's wrong with small boobs. I don't even have small boobs. I just have normal size boobs. You know, I'm perfectly fine with my boobies, you know. They do the job. And what I lack in boobie, I make up for in booty. So, you know, you gotta enjoy what you've got. Anything more than a handful is a waste. That's what one of my exes used to say to me. So that's what I'm going with. That's our cope. That's our cope for the day. Now it's recommending me jolly videos, and I don't want to watch them because they're eating fried chicken and I want fried chicken. Where's my fried chicken? Oh, we can play GeoGuessr because this computer works. Ooh. GeoGuessr. And then this feverish girl needs to have a bath or a shower because I am sweaty from my fever. And then I need to put on some clean jammies and go to bed. Full screen for the game. Motors? Okay, where are we? Kiramit Kadisi. Okay. This looks like it could be in the Mediterranean. I think this might be Turkey. Is this Turkey? I feel like it's giving... No, what does this sign say? Can I... Yeah, this is Turkey. Don't know where in Turkey, but... Can you let me... Why is my mouse not working? Maybe this game just doesn't work for me. Greece, Turkey. Let's go Turkey. Well, the street looked very Turkish to me. It looked very, very Turkish. So, that's what it was giving. It was Istanbul. It definitely saw like... Okay, we've got some hijabs. We've got... Looks like Africa, so a Muslim African country is my guess. Could this be Nigeria? I feel like it's Nigeria. Do they have Milo in Nigeria? I love how like everyone around the world drinks Milo. I feel like if Defect was here, we would win this. Where is our South African friend tonight? Yep, it's Nigeria. It is Nigeria. Lawson, we're in Japan. We are in Japan. I don't know where in Japan, but we're in Japan. Sorry, I yelled. I got excited because I recognized the convenience store. Yeah. Thank you for Chris. Well, thank you to Chris Broad for being obsessed with Lawson fried chicken. That's how I can always remember. Oh, I got promoted. I don't think I can play anymore unless I start again. I got promoted to the solo division. What does that mean? Oh no, I can still play. That's alright. Against somebody from Belgium. Okay. Alright. It's giving high altitude. It's giving high altitude. This says Dallas. Don't think it's Dallas. I think this is Bolivia in South America. It could be Peru. It could be the Peruvian mountains, but it's giving like high altitude desert. It was Ecuador. Huh. I thought Ecuador was like rainforesty. Maybe I am just dumb. We've got a tram. What does the tram say? It's in Cyrillic. So this is either the Ukraine or Russia. More than likely, I'm just going to go somewhere near the border. Just for a quick guess. Just for a quick guess. I do have a new microphone, so if I get excited and scream at people, it's not going to be as bad as it could be. It was the Ukraine. All right. What does this sign say? Pilsen. All right, so they like to drink Czech beer wherever we are. Oh, I think I went past some signs that I probably should have read. Is there a website? It's a .com website, so that doesn't help us. Oh shit, where are we? I think we're in Turkey. Because there's a hair transplant ad. The mouse isn't working. There we go. Why isn't the mouse working? I was trying to guess Turkey. Okay, it was Ecuador. Oh, that stressed me the fuck out. Why isn't this working? What's happening? What am I doing? Is my mouse okay? Oh, I think my mouse is out of batteries. The light isn't on. I think my mouse is out of batteries. Yeah, hang on. I've got to change my mouse batteries. Oh my god. That was so scary. I couldn't move the mouse. Hang on. I have batteries. Do I? Oh well, I'm just gonna lose because I am putting batteries in here. That should work. Did I put it in the wrong way? Probably. Try it this way. Did it just stop working? I don't know what's happening. I guess I'm just losing. I guess I'm just a loser now. No, GeoGuessr is a game that I'm good at. I'm just trying to work this out, guys. So sorry. It's, I guess I'm going back to my old mouse. Apparently my Sailor Moon mouse does not work. I wonder if it just broke. That sucks so much. I want my Sailor Moon mouse. Oh, this mouse works. Too late now. I already lost GeoGuessr. Where's GeoGuessr gone? Oh, here it is. Alright, this looks like Central Europe. Now this mouse works too well. It's oversensitive. Jesus. Alright. Let's see what we can see. There's a bin here with something written on it. No, I overshot it. Alright, that's okay. This could literally be anywhere. Oh my god. Alright. Oh, there's a flag here. Oh. Don't have much time. I was trying to hit Serbia, but I didn't have enough time to hit it. Yeah, I was trying to hit... I knew it was a former Yugoslavian country, but I always get those flags mixed up. This is Australia? Why is it the dirt so red? This might be South Africa. Oh. Oh, hello, Omar. Good to see you. Oh my, I can't believe my Sailor Moon mouse broke. Why did it break? I'm so sad. She is from France. Hyper Banana. That could be your girlfriend, Hyper Bovian. You and Hyper Banana could make some babies. Think about it. I'm gonna go this way. And then go this way so I can see this sign. Excuse me. Why am I just having mouse issues tonight? What does this sign say? No, don't overshoot the sign. Please, I want to... Okay, fine. I'm not looking at that sign, I guess. Let's go down here. What does this feel like? This feels like Europe. Could be anywhere. Come on, give me a sign. Like, give me a literal sign. Okay, there's nothing on there. Okay, there's some signs up here, hopefully. Alright. Let's go for the Ukrainian-Russian border. Moscow, Moscow. Moscow, Moscow. Moscow, Moscow. Oh. Alright. What we're working with some Cyrillics. What about the people? Okay. Got some phone numbers here. Whoa. can. See, I was trying to look at the people because the people looked like very Turkic. So I thought it was maybe a Russian Republic. Like I was going to go for like Turkmenistan or something like that. Would have been a lot closer, but I couldn't. Wow. Okay, that sign has a lot of information. We are in Africa. But where in Africa? Market Circle Road. That gives no information. Although we do have English signs. GNFS. Takarari Market Circuit Fire Station. Okay. So they do have English. GCB. Capital Bank. I'm going to go for South Africa just because there's a lot of English. And I don't know. It was Ghana. We're both losers. Kali August Marina. Kali Dian Mantesi. Okay. This looks like South America, maybe. I'm not sure where. I'm gonna go for Bolivia. I don't know why. I like Bolivia. It was Peru. It was Peru. At least I was on the right continent, love. You were not. Eat my poo. Alright, we've got Cyrillics again. We've got brutalist architecture. I'm gonna go for Russia. I can't believe my Sailor Moon mouse went to heaven. I'll have to buy a normal mouse and put a Sailor Moon sticker on it. That'll have to be enough for me. Rest in peace, Sailor Moon mouse. So depressed. Dave the Brave. I'll be the decider of that. Okay. What? Could be in India or Sri Lanka. Is this Thai or Hindi? Alright, well, I'm gonna go with Sri Lanka. I can find Sri Lanka. Cambodia! My bad. I always get Thai and Hindi mixed up. And that is my own fault. Ooh, that's an interesting building. Where are we? Let's find some signs. Can't see it. Could be Russia. Nope, that's obscured. Can't see any. Why'd he guess if he had no idea? At least I was on the right continent. Jeez. The crossbar. Alright, this is the Czech Republic, Slovakia, or Poland. So let's go for the mother country. Slovenia? Well, I was wrong. Fuck me. I haven't played this game for ages. I'm just making excuses. Hindi or Thai? This actually does look like Hindi. I'm gonna go for Sri Lanka. Just wanna get you, Dave the Brave. Bangladesh. Oh, this looks like Switzerland. Yeah, this looks like Switzerland. I'm gonna go for Switzerland. What? It's Montenegro. What the heck? What are they doing with Swiss buildings in Montenegro? Not my place to judge, I guess. Let's see what dinner they've got. Show me your dinner. I wish to see. Alright. We have Dr. Sausage. We are in Russia, probably. And we were in the Ukraine. Sorry, Ukraine. You're not allowed to say the Ukraine anymore. You'll go to jail for 5 billion years. Sethi? That does not help me. Let's go down here. There is a market. Mini-mart. Fruta. Parim. Fruta Parim. Oh, there's a sign here. Can we... Photo? Well, I went past the sign. Oh no, I didn't. This is Turkey. Hell yeah, Turkey, yeah. And it was Albania. Man, I've got bad at GeoGuessr since I stopped playing. I used to be so good at GeoGuessr. Oh no, I'm up against another Aussie. Where do I want to go? I guess I'll go over here. Where does this look like? There's a sign. I don't know. Let's just go. the border of Ukraine and Russia. Oh, shut up. Okay. Giving shabby chic. We do like to see it. What does that say? Did I overshoot the sign? Yes, I did. Montevideo. Solo matriculas auto result. Limpesies. Shot towers? Yeah. Montevideo. Could it be Montenegro? Probably not, but... I'm gonna try. Argentina. I thought it was Spanish, then I got thrown by the Montevideo. I was like, that sounds very, you know, specific. Where did the sushi truck go? Alright, well I can't see that sign anymore, so fuck me, I guess. Novi Belgrade? No idea. Okay. Obrenovac. Just gonna go for Russia. I don't know. Maybe Estonia? Yeah, it's probably Estonia. Oh well. How did he think that was Australia? He's supposed to be Australian. Like, there's no way he thought... That guy's not Australian. His thing said it said he was Aussie. Okay, no clues there. I'm gonna buy an ice cream from the servo when I finish streaming. I am so hot. Catavelli. Is it Italy? That sounds Italian. La más alta calidad. I don't know. I got nothing. There's a ute. Almazen. There's a church up here. Oh, there's some posters or something up here. No, it's graffiti. Okay, it says Daniel Martinez. Could it be Spain? Gonna go for Spain. It was South America and not Spain. All right. Is this Turkey? Yeah, this is Turkey. If this isn't Turkey, I will eat my hat. I don't have a hat. Oh, I do have a hat. I'm a witch. I actually think I know exactly where this is. Istanbul. Internet. Dai Toko Ini. Okay. Don't know what language this is. What about the currency? Do we recognize the currency? Active. Rupee? Is it rupee? Is it Indonesia? Rupee's Indonesia, isn't it? Okay, Indonesia. Singapore? Malaysia? I don't know. Idea. Okay. We have a blonde person on a poster. Kazi. Vegeta. Okay, this is Central Europe, I reckon. Just gonna go for the border of Czechia, Slovakia, and Poland. Nope. Man, I need an ice cream. I'm overheating. This fever is real bad. I'm sweating like a little piglet. Oh, this is so green. It's beautiful. Is this Ireland? Where am I? Am I in heaven? Please let me see this sign. King's Inn private car park. Okay, this is the UK. Where else has a King's Inn? Let's just go for London. Didium? Yes. Yes, we will. I can't believe my mouse died. I had to use my old mouse. It's in Ireland. I thought... I was right when I said it looks like Ireland. It looks so green. It looks so nice and green. I should have trusted my intuition. Schul, that is German spelling. Yeah, this is Germany, I think. I don't know. It could be Austria. Let's just go with that. I'm against an American, so you know. It was Austria. I knew it was either Germany or Austria. But when you're against an American, you know. He thought that was America. Oh, there's Greek flags. Am I in Greece? Yeah, I'm in Greece. Oop, there's Turkey, so here's Greece. Let's just go for Athens, I guess. And it was Greece. I am starting to feel very dizzy. Banana ninja? Oh no, he's gonna get me with his bananas. He is a ninja of bananas. Oh. Okay. That's Hungarian? Alright, let's go with Hungary. I am hungry. Nice to meet you. Oh, hello Captain Mudu. Thank you for subscribing. Alright. Interesting color scheme. Got a lot of... It's the Sydney phone number. But it is not. Oh, okay. Where are we? Are we in Taiwan? Yeah, I think we're in Taiwan. South Korea, Taiwan. Banana Ninja. Nightmare is good at GeoGuessr. That's what I'm taking away. Queensborough. Do not enter, wrong way. Oh, it's America. Where's Queensborough? I know the borough of Queens is in New York. It's one of the 5 boroughs. But could this be New York? Possibly. Bayview. There's a bay in San Francisco. I don't know. Olympic Place, First Avenue. I'm gonna go for New Yorkers Maximus. New York, New York. Yes. New York has yellow plates? Oh well, I was wrong. Completely the wrong side of the country. Okay, that's alright. We were in Washington State. Just so we can remember for future. Oh, there's an Olympia in Washington. There's a Rancid song, I think, called Olympia, Washington. Linda Jess Andrade. Puertas. Oh, that says Valencia, or does it? What does that say? No, it does not say Valencia. But I think we're in South America. I'm gonna go for Peru. And it was Uruguay. I need to look at the chat because, Night Marie is on the money. She's got the ticket machine. Pay and display. This is very pretty. Looks like the UK, but it is not the UK. It's in Scandinavia. Because it looks like Ireland, but it's not Ireland. That's Irish? Oh. Well, I did say it. It was Dublin. I don't remember seeing Irish on the signs when I was in Ireland. Although it is good that they are keeping their language alive. Yeah, Night Marie is a legend at this game. I haven't played it in a while because my old PC couldn't handle it. I'm so sad my Sailor Moon, it's a Chinese restaurant. Okay. Italiana? An Italian restaurant? Alright, well they like restaurants. People of discerning taste. Turkey! And it was Romania. Oh well. I should have zoomed on the yellow banner, but I did not. Alas. We've got Cyrillic. All right. Sorry, Night Marie. We won anyway, and that's all that matters. Alright, guys. Well, I've got a fever, so I have to head to bed. Well, no, actually, I'm going to go get an ice cream, and then I'm going to have a shower, and then I'm going to go to bed because I'm really sweaty. But yeah, thanks to everybody that hung out. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.